Let's go with it. Adi Kittner will help the two teams tip it off, and
putting Goodchild at point guard and not starting Vanessa De Jesus, who's much more of a pass-first point guard. She wants to have a little more shooting and scoring on the floor because Notre Dame can score with the best of them.
Duke will try another three. The Blue Devils, one of the top teams in the conference, top 5, and knocking down the three. That's Lexi Gordon, the grad transfer from Texas Tech.
I think if this game is played primarily in the half court, that benefits Duke. And just as I say that, Olivia Miles gets her hands on a ball, gets out in transition, little finger roll for 2. That's not what Duke wants. You can.
Fun young player to watch on both ends of the floor. She's showing us. Look at Duke swinging it around, getting an open look in the corner and draining it. That's Goodchild.
Still getting some good open looks. Notre Dame, not the defensive team, not the best.
Coaching matchup we have in this game, Kelly. You and I were talking about it with Miela Ivy on one side, Kara Lawson on the other. I mean, two really interesting stories in terms of their paths to get where they are.
And Miela Ivy, incredibly accomplished and still quite young in their careers. So stay tuned for more info on them as we go throughout the broadcast.
Miles looking for an option. That's Sonia Citron, another very talented freshman to keep an eye on in this game. Sam Brunel in off the bench for the Irish. She puts it off the glass in it. And not necessarily in a Duke Blue Devil uniform, but in a uniform in the ACC for sure. Was at Louisville last couple of years. Georgia Tech before that. Swish goes the bucket for Miles. Like the pace so far here, Kelly. Two teams moving up and down the floor. Gordon!
And it's a stark contrast, Jen, from the game that you had on previously if you were watching. The defensive battle between Louisville and Georgia Tech, first to 51.
You've got a bit of Pat Summitt maybe in there, of course, with Kara Lawson and Muffet McGraw. Big influence as Miela Ivy as well. And Jade Williams off the bench for Duke.
It's probably going to win this game. So, I mean, offense is the name of the game for both of these teams, but whoever gets the most defensive stops is probably going to have the advantage.
You would like to improve upon as the season goes along.
And one of my favorite things as a player, Jen, as Citron. Jeez, what an incredible move. She's also a freshman.
Day Wilson looking a little off on the couple of shots that she's taken in the game so far. Not so for Dodson. Got her positioning. She has 4 for Notre Dame. Under 10 seconds, tie game, quarter 1. It's been back and forth. Citron. What a shot! Not sure they planned it that way, but she looked up.
Citron, Miles, Day Wilson. Just a little fumble there. Citron says, no big deal. Right, Brunel on that Youth Olympics gold medal team. And also on that team, Paige Beckers, Aaliyah Boston, and Haley Van Lith, who plays for Louisville. So just trying to force Duke to take more time off the shot clock and not let them play as quickly as they want to.
And they got the look they wanted, and Balogun knocks it down again.
Against Virginia Tech, and Balogun has said, all right, I can do that.
Turnover, Miles, no look, and Westfeld, Citron, with the finish. Miles was, she's looking for another dish right there, but nobody quite open, so she pulls it back out. Now she'll drive, take it herself, why not? And another turnover, that's line on Miles, the turnover by the Blue Devils. Couple possessions in a row, and it results in more points for Dodson and Notre Dame. Mabry, on that 6-0 run, has scored or assisted on all of them for the Irish. Passes it up to Dodson.
Have become the main issue for them in this second quarter. 13 points off of turnovers in this game for the Irish.
Balogun keeps it, makes it.
And Taylor's scoreless in this game, Jen. She has struggled in the last couple of games. Wilson to be able to consistently go out there and score 15 or 20.
And Dodson again is just working it in the paint.
And there's the effect of the 4-guard lineup. Duke generally plays 4 guards. They have 4 guards out there right now. So there's going to be a mismatch either on that primary defender or the help side defender. Someone they need to have in double figures on a given night. So that's a very good sign for the Blue Devils. She's feeling it, Jen.
But net.
A really good sign for Duke that Gordon is getting hot. It's going to open up the rest of the floor for other slashers to attack, but goodness gracious, Olivia Miles.
Miles. Westbeld, quick look inside for Brunel. Tough shot, but makes it.
No doubt. And you see certain teams where you have a lot of really talented players, but you know that player wants to get hers, or that player cares more about getting her points, as Notre Dame just continues to dominate. And they're one of 3 programs in Power 5 to do that. There are very few egos on this team, according to Coach Ivey. They want to win, and they want to share that rock, and that's what you're seeing so far.
Good dish inside to find Akinbody James.
My rim. What a block, and a good recovery from Akinbody James inside.
Under a minute left in our first half. Good, quick.
And Notre Dame is just executing.
Day Wilson got a little stuck, still managed to get the pass off. 5 on the shot clock now. The drive by Taylor is good with her left. Still looking for their first conference win as they are 0-1. And the first drive up and in. Good start for Notre Dame.
It's a great cut. You got to make those layups to stay in this game, especially early.
There's Dodson going to work again in the paint. She has owned it this afternoon.
Miela Dodson, but the other issue is now they're basically guarding Maddie Westbeld with I would say a hybrid player in Lexi Gordon, but Miela Dodson says it just doesn't matter. More of a scoring presence inside at that 5 spot, and Maddie Westbeld can play the true 4 spot, which is what she is, and Dodson has been the perfect fit for them.
As you talked about, Kelly, usually in there more for her defense, but had the first points of this half for Notre Dame. And then Duke getting some points on the run out. It's Balogun.
Whether it's in transition or in the half court, trying to force the issue. And she needs to rely on some of her other teammates. There are great scorers on this Notre Dame roster, and so getting everyone else involved.
Keeps it in here.
Great pass.
Step back for Balogun. Got it!
And Balogun, which is what they've needed to be successful.
Irish trying to cut into an 11-0 run. They do finally, and that's a good player to go to on the inside in Dodson. It's kind of been that way more in this third quarter than it was all of the first half. Mabry, left open. You know she's going to take that. Mabry keeps it in her right hand. Drive, says, I'm not only about the 3.
Great rebound.
Good work by Citron. Got it out of traffic. Mabry continues her run. Firmly entrenched in conference play. Jade Williams off the inbounds. Too strong for Duke.
What a block by Miela Dodson, and such a great pass. That's where Notre Dame is at its best.
Balanced Notre Dame team who have a lot of players who can make contributions in many different ways, and Taylor proving she can do that for Duke. Knocks down her first triple of the game. Picked up her dribble, needed some help, and Duke said, you're not going to get it from Dodson. They were all over Miela Dodson, and then Goodchild gets down the floor.
Duke flipping the script. Notre Dame just had a very similar play in transition. There goes Duke, and then there goes Olivia Miles. And just get to the rim so easily.
13 in the game for Miles. Those are her first points of the second half. Taylor now with a dozen. Good move along the baseline. Citron finds a wide open Dodson. Taylor with the drive. Too strong. Akinbody James left open and made the Irish pay for it. One of the hottest hands for the Blue Devils on the afternoon, 19 points. There's a good drive to the basket by Citron.
So impressive what Citron and Olivia Miles have done today, both in double figures for the Irish.
Good triple knocked down by Goodchild. And Dodson, who's been nearly unstoppable, really hasn't seen much of the ball lately on the offensive end for the Irish. Here comes Balogun, gets the bucket, and will go to the line with a chance to tie. Keeps curling all the way around the paint. Doesn't see a look she wants. Goodchild gives the Blue Devils a lead.
Big time shot from Goodchild. She's perfect so far in this game. 5 for 5 from the floor and 3 for 3 from beyond the arc.
Mabry back out on the floor for the Irish. Good offensive rebound. It's Dodson with the putback. 22 points in the game for Dodson. Irish with a 2-point lead for now. No more, says Balogun, who ties it again. Miles looks inside for Dodson.
What a pass, threading the needle. Need to see poise.
This is what you want.
Get a good look here.
Well, you're going to put it in the hands of number 4, Kelly. You feel pretty good about the look you're going to get. Balogun continues to go off for the Blue Devils. Miles assessing her options. Lost it. Balogun, will she give it up? No way. Takes it with her left hand. Duke with the lead. Westbell gets it off the inbound. Does take it herself this time. Front of the rim, it's short. Dodson had the rebound. Citron gets it now. Dodson airballed it. Risky pass. It winds up in the hands of Miles, who needed to shoot it. She got it to Citron, but time ran out before that shot was taken. I'm sure that they will take another look to be absolutely sure.